Today is going to be the day that I'm going to speak English like an American. Today is going to be the day that I'm successful. Today is going to be the day that I stop thinking in Japanese and I start to think like an American. Today is going to be the day. Hey everybody, KY 先輩ですけれどもね、ちょっとね、この呪文を聞いてくださいね。なんでかというと、これを聞いたら絶対君がアメリカ人みたいに考えれるようになるし、喋れるようになるしね。So, ready? Repeat after me. It's really simple, but today's going to be the, even if you make a mistake, that's okay. Today's going to be the day that I'm going to speak more like an American. Today's going to be the day that I start to expand my mind and listen to new things. Today's going to be the day that I open my mouth and kind of say ah and ah and kind of start to explore the sound waves that are created when I speak English like an American. モノマネしてくださいね。Repeat after me. Today's going to be the day that I speak like an American. Today's going to be the day that I finally succeed. Today's going to be the day that I start to do things in real time and not just sit around and listen to lessons. Today's going to be the day that I adjust things and make things better to sound more like an American. Because after all, I want to speak English like an American. I want to speak English like other people speak English. I don't want to speak English like a Japanese person. I want to speak English like a real person. Kind of like KY senpai. Nah, today's going to be the day that I'm going to start speaking English more than before. Today's going to be the day that I speak English like a pro. Today's going to be the day that I stop making excuses. Today's going to be the day that I stop going to English school. Today's going to be the day that I stop listening to teachers. Today's going to be the day that I'm going to focus. Today's going to be the day that I focus on listening to real Americans speaking in real time, such as this video right now, live presentation. So today's going to be the day that I finally have the confidence to speak and open my mouth. Today's going to be the day that by myself, I decided that I am going to speak English. Today's going to be the day that nothing is going to get in my way from achieving my goal of speaking English like an American. Today is going to be the day that I start now. That's right. Now is the time to speak English like an American. Now is the time to focus your mind and listen. Now is the time to explore possibilities of thinking that you haven't been doing before. 日本語で言っちゃったらね、こうちょっとバックに戻りましたって感じですね。So today's going to be the day that I stay focused in English. But not just any English. Today's going to be the day that I stay focused on American English. Today's going to be the day that I stay focused on the English that real people are speaking and talking to each other. Today's going to be the day that I stop pretending like I can't speak English. Today's going to be the day. It's going to be the most happiest day of my life because I finally decided that I can do it. I finally decided that I can speak English like any other human on the planet. Of course, I'm listening to KY senpai のアメリカ英語のぐるぐるチャンネルだから I'd prefer to sound like an American, but I could speak like a British person or an Australian or an Indian person if I want. There's no reason why I have to be speaking English like a Japanese person. There's no reason at all. I've got a brain, I've got an ear, and I've got a mouth. So if an American can say and speak like an American, then so can I. So today is going to be the day that I decide to finally break free from the chains of English school and move forward into humanity as a member, as an equal member, not as a student sitting in a classroom. That's right. Today's going to be the day that I finally felt like a human. Today's going to be the day that I listened to other humans and had a real conversation with people. Today's going to be the day that I felt a happiness that I've never felt before because I finally realized that I'm on the path. That's right. You're not going to speak English fluently today. You're not going to become an American today. You're not going to get an American passport today. But today's going to be the day that you decided that this is what you want. This is what you want. That's right. So today is going to be the day that you decide this is what I want. I want to speak like an American. I want to speak English fluently, like any other person on the planet. I want to speak English better than I did yesterday. I want to speak English today, tomorrow, next week, and next month, and next year for the rest of my life. I want to speak English every single hour of every single day. I want to listen to English on YouTube. I want to listen to English on TV. I want to listen to English on the radio. I want to listen to English when I hear people talking around me. I want to listen to English. I want to hear English. I want to speak English. I want to practice English. I want to rehearse English. I want to mimic English. I want English to be a part of my life. Maybe like there's a Japanese part over here and there's an English part over here. So whenever I talk to an English person or an American person, I say, hey man, what's up? Take it easy. But then when I speak to a Japanese person, おはようございます。どうもこんにちは。よろしくお願いいたします。And you act accordingly depending on the audience that you have, right? So I always feel weird talking in English to Japanese people. だって俺日本語で話すのが超好きだからさ。俺はね。But I really want you to feel what I'm feeling when I am speaking in English. This is nothing to me. I can speak English all day. It's no big deal. It's like every other day I speak English and go and talk to people and say, hi, what's up? Can I have a hot coffee? Yeah, thanks. Cool. See you later. How much is parking today? Really? That much? It's more than before. You know, you're just having stupid conversation that you have every single day, right? For me, it's nothing to speak in English. でも日本語で考えるとね、ものすっごいワクワクのエネルギーがなんか流れてるって感じですね。だってこれが超楽しいということですね。外国語で話すことですね。But today is going to be the day that I speak English. Today is going to be the day that I switch my mind, that I totally flip the script, and I start to believe that I can do it. Today's the day that I believe that I can do it. Today is going to be the day that I have decided that I'm going to speak English no matter what. Today is going to be the day that I finally achieve my dream to realize that one day, very soon, I'm going to be speaking English like everybody else. But today is going to be the day that I dedicated myself and dedicated my mind to listening to real English spoken by real people. And then today is going to be the day that I decided that I'm going to practice this English, that I'm going to practice by opening my mouth. And I'm actually going to use my vocal cords and speak in English for as long as possible. Because after all, today's the day that I realized that I really wanted to speak English. And if I really want to speak English, it's not going to be someday, it's going to be today. And even if it's going to be today, why not now? That's right. Why not now? Why don't you just start speaking English now? So let's take it around. Why don't I just start speaking English now? Why don't I just start opening my mouth and start speaking? Even if I make mistakes, even if it doesn't make any sense, even if nobody's around, why don't I just start starting? So today's the day. Today's the day that I had a big change. Today's the day that I realized a lot of things that I hadn't been doing up till now. So today's going to be an awesome day. And that awesome day starts immediately, right now, as soon as you open your mouth. But of course, there's a period when you actually have to listen to this, and you actually have to listen to real English, and you have to actually listen a lot. Just like a baby listens from 0 to 2 to 3, it's just listening all day. It's listening to mom, it's listening to dad. The baby's just listening and listening and listening and listening. And then somewhere after 2 or 3 years of just listening, it finally starts to speak. This baby has been studying for 2 or 3 years, but just pure listening, right? And then it starts to speak its first words. Mama, Papa, Daddy, Dada. I forget what I said. I think I said mama. Anyway, but then all of a sudden, you know, the baby by 4 years is already speaking like an American, right? でも君がね、10年ぐらい勉強して、まだそうですね。卒業するべきじゃないですか。ね。It's time. Today is going to be the day that I graduate. Today is going to be the day that I stop listening to lessons. Today is going to be the day that I start listening to real Americans and I start watching real TV and real movies and real comedy. Today's the day that I'm going to start to be interested in what Americans are actually doing. So I'm going to ask some Americans, hey, what do you like to watch? What kind of movies do you like? What kind of YouTube channels do you like? What kind of videos do you like? Today is going to be the day that I start asking real Americans what they think. Today's the day I'm going to reach out and actually try to communicate with a real American. And today is going to be the day that I'm going to enjoy like no other, because the biggest goal in my life right now is to speak English like a pro, to speak English like a champion, to speak English with this confidence in my chest and in my gut. Today is going to be the day that I decide that I can do it. And by the end of this video, it's already been decided. そう、決まった。I'm going to speak English. っていうか、I am speaking English. I'm already speaking English. I've already done it. I've already shifted my mind. Now I'm not speaking Japanese. I'm speaking English. I'm speaking English right now. I'm thinking in English, right? And then how do we stay speaking in English? Well, every single time that you think you're going to think in Japanese, なんか日本語で考えちゃいそう。No, I don't think in Japanese. I can think in English. I can think in English. I can think in English. これを1000回ぐらいね、繰り返してください。I can think in English. I can think in English. Don't think in Japanese. Stay thinking in English. I can think in English. I can think in English. 日本語で、Yep, I can think in English. わかったよね、今。I can think in English. I can think in English. I can think in English. でもさ、Yep, I can think in English. All you gotta do is think in English. And then all of a sudden, if you really want to know something, how do I say it in English? How do I say it in English? How do I say this in English? Or if I was an American, what would I be thinking right now? That's a better question. If I was an American, what would I be thinking? If I was an American, what would I be watching? If I was an American, what would I be saying, right? If I was an American, would I be looking on YouTube? If I was an American, what would I be listening to? If I was an American, what would I be enjoying? If I was an American, that would be interesting. If I was an American, maybe I'd be in America. If I was an American, maybe I'd have a cooler hobby than I have right now, right? If I was an American, maybe I wouldn't be on YouTube and I'd be outside surfing right now. It's a different way of thinking, I know. But, nope, I can think in English. I can think in English. You have to focus your mind. And I'm going to say this so straight and like I'm talking to you. You got to focus your mind and you just stop thinking in Japanese. It's that simple. I mean, it's hard, nah? It's really hard, nah? So, 辛いって感じ。Nope, I can think in English. I can think in English. So 辛いって何て言うんですか、英語で。It's really hard. It's really hard. But with focus and rehearsal and repetitive mantra, for a lack of a better word, but this is how you learn. This is how you learn. This is how you learn. I can think in English. I can think in English. Today is going to be the day that I can think in English. Now is the time that I can think in English. So basically, I have, with the power of my mind, decided that I'm going to succeed. Because you have a brain. This is something else that we have to talk about. I have a brain. You have a brain. We all have a brain. You can do it. There's no mystery. This isn't like a magic jumon. You can do it. And all you got to do is practice by repetition. All you got to do is practice by repetition. All you got to do is practice by repetition. All you got to do is practice by repetition. All you got to do is practice by repetition. All you got to do is practice by repetition. I can think in English, right? Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. どうですか? I can think in English. でもさ, no, I can think. This is called focus. This is called power of the mind. And I know you have it. I know you have the ability to focus. Like you're focusing on the listening, that's fine. And maybe you don't understand everything. That's fine too. But through the power of your focus, you can start to conquer your own thinking. That's right. Basically, you're not fighting anything else out in the real world, right? I mean, you've been going to English school for 10 years. You've had teachers and textbooks and lessons, right? And you still can't do it, right? You still feel frustrated, still looking up lessons, right? You gotta control your mind. That is the biggest key of all, that you must use the power of your own focus. And basically, this means that I can do nothing to help you. All I can do is show you the door, the gate. Nah. I can think in English. I can think in English. And step by step, every single problem that comes my way, I can figure it out. I mean, after all, I got an internet connection, right? Anything I want to know, I just Google it. Hey, Google, how do I say 辛い? Or hey, here, even better yet, why don't you just call like one of your American friends, right? あ、そっか、友達がいない。Wait, I can think in English. I don't have any American friends. いいよ、本音的に喋りましょうね。I don't have any American friends. But today is going to be the day that I decide I'm going to get a friend. I'm going to get an American friend. I'd really like an American friend. I'd really have a good time and a fun time if I had an American friend. I really want an American friend. I really want an American friend. I really want to have conversation over coffee while we're overlooking the ocean. I want to have an American friend. That's right. I want an American friend. I want an American friend. I want a friend that can speak English with me. I want to have a friend that we can have a conversation with. I want to have a friend that I can openly discuss the things that I want to talk about. I want to speak in English all day, and I want to have at least 10 American friends. I want to have 20 American friends. Hey, let's just stop saying American. Let's just say friends, right? I want to have 20 friends that I can speak English with. I don't care if they're British, French, American, Australian, Philippine, Indian. I don't care. As long as we're on the same vibe, I want to have friends. That's right. I want to have friends. It's a desire. It's a passion of mine to be able to have these conversations, right? And again, to me, this means nothing. I can speak English all day and I can talk to an Indian person, I can talk to a British person, I can talk to anybody because, well, by chance, I was born in California. Chance, right? でも俺無理やりね日本語で喋りたいなと思ったんですよ俺なんだろうね何の、モチベーションっていう、なんていうですよねだってほら今日本語で考えちゃうとねほら日本語で考えてますね But again, this is me like I have my own process for speaking Japanese because that's what I wanted, right? That's what I wanted. So you, in the same way, have to be deciding, well, this is what I want. This is what I want. I want to speak English. And I want to speak English fluently. I want to speak English all day. I want to have friends. I want to have conversations. Hell, I'll even have business conversations with people around the world. That's always something that I've always wondered about, right? And I'm kind of wondering about this too. Like, why am I just teaching English to Japanese people? Why don't I teach English to the entire world, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, right, there's an entire world trying to learn English, and I'm here focused on Japanese people like, wake up, wake up, all you gotta do is listen, all you gotta do is talk to real people, all you gotta do is get out into the real world, right? でもさ、いや、僕はね、まだだって教室の中でこう勉強してます。まだ教科書10冊まだあるから、みたいな感じね。No! Stop going to English school. Get out into the reality. Hey, こんにちはって言われた. Hey, you, do me a favor. Speak in English, all right? Because this is the whole point of the mantra is that we're gonna stay focused on English. I know I go back into Japanese every once in a while. もちろんだって日本語でも全然喋っても大丈夫ですね。But using the power of our mind, I want us to start focusing on English, okay? Because that's the entire goal, right? So the sooner that I start thinking in English, the sooner I start typing in English, the more I type and think in English, right? It's a positive momentum that we're trying to build. And that momentum stays when we say, I can think in English. 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 I can think, cool, I'm thinking in English. Look, I'm thinking in English now, and I'm going to think in English in the future. I'm thinking in English. So this is the goal, to think in English, right? I'm thinking in English. I'm doing it. I'm succeeding. I'm having a good time too, because I'm thinking in English, right? でもどうやってね、Whoa! I can think in English. Again, focusing the mind. We have to focus our mind and we have to stay speaking in English. And it all starts, it's like a simple 3-step process. But basically, if you guys are listening, first, you gotta listen. You gotta listen to real people. You can't be listening to what do you call them? Teachers, textbooks, CDs, YouTube lessons. You got to stop. You got to listen to real people in reality, just like you learn Japanese. You didn't learn Japanese in a classroom. You learned Japanese at home with your mom and your dad and your brother and your sister and your neighbor and your friends. That's how you learn Japanese, because you were surrounded by Japanese people. But now, when we're speaking English, who are you surrounded by? そうですね。日本人ばっかりじゃないですか。So we gotta stop. We have to leave the situation and come to a new situation. And in the physical world, that's hard because you gotta buy a plane ticket, right? But ほら, we're on the internet. We can go anywhere at any channel. You have access to the globe right now with the fingertips or even your thumbs. You could be on a train right now being going, こう、東京超つまんないけど. You can think that if you want, but with this power, you have access to the minds of billions of people if you start thinking in English. Otherwise, you're going to be reliant upon teachers and translators your whole life, and you don't want to experience life through teachers and translators. You don't want to be using the dictionary all day long. And you don't want to be looking at subtitles all day. You want to be looking at somebody in the eye and then listening and then nodding your head and make, yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, right on. That's so interesting. KY senpai, you're so amazing. やめて. So basically, you want to be able to access the entire world, right? How do you do that? Well, of course, through English, right? By focusing on real people. Real people. So you got to be listening to real people say real things in real life situations. So my recommendation to you, obviously I'm talking real right now, right? KY senpaiの喋り方早いですね. No, this is normal, right? This is totally normal. So basically, I'm talking to you real time. I'm talking to you live, real time, in real English. But what you need to be doing is listening to real things like real TV shows, real podcasts, real people having real conversations. And you got to listen to that like hours at a time, hours every single day, not just 10 minutes. You got to listen for hours upon hours upon hours, just listening to English, just listening, soaking it up like a sponge, right? 理解しなくてもいいからね. You gotta start listening to the pronunciation and the intonation and the 言い方ってわかりますか? 言い方ってね. You know what I'm talking about. You gotta start to listen to that. You just listen and you listen and you listen and you listen and you listen, right? And then the second step in this whole process, right, is then you start to mimic. You gotta mimic. You gotta mimic. You got to mimic じゃなくて, you gotta mimic. You gotta listen, then you gotta mimic. So you gotta speak exactly what you hear. So if somebody says to you, so what are you gonna do today? You say, what are you gonna do today? Right? Like that's mimicking, right? So if I say, what are you going to do today? You say, what are you going to do today? じゃなくて, you say, what are you going to do today? Right? If I say, hey man, what do you want to do tomorrow? You say, hey, what are we going to do tomorrow? What do you want to do tomorrow? What do you want to do tomorrow? Right? This is 大昔違うか? ね? Yeah, where do you think I learned that, right? So you got to start mimicking what you hear. So pick somebody in reality, pick like a famous person, pick like a music person or an actor or a TV show that you like or a comedy or something like that. Pick somebody and watch them, listen to them, right? And then start to mimic them, right? 俺はね、誰のモノマネしてるだと思うんですか? ね。まあ、日本語で言っちゃってるんやけどね。I'm mimicking all the Japanese people that I have experienced in my life, right? Probably one of the biggest influences, my host 父さんね。彼が結構面白い人だったんですよ。ね。一番大きい影響かもわかりませんね。今まで、ね、よく考えるとね。But I listen to real Japanese people and I try to speak like a Japanese person. I try. ね。下手くそやけどね。ね。わかってるけどね。But I try. That's the whole point. And I know you're trying to, right? But I want you to try a different approach. Not the one that you've been using, because the approach that you've been using keeps you in this, なんだろうね、なんていうこういうぐるぐる、何にも変わってないっていう気持ちね。So basically, to get out of this, it's simple. You just start speaking in English. だって、新しい経験するとね、そのぐるぐるが 終わっちゃうって感じですね。You go to the next level. And the next level, for whatever reason, is this. You expanding your mind and starting to think in a new way and thinking in a way that you've never done before. And at first, it is hard. And I've said this before, it's super hard. But it's kind of like weight training. Weight training, like, いきなりムキムキにならないでしょ? You gotta do it every day, right? And you gotta, like, keep practicing, and then, you're like, bam, look at my muscles, right? But that's after like a month, 2 months of practicing, right? So this way, it's hard, and that's why they make English things for people, is because 聞きやすい. Hello, thank you for watching my video. I am going to talk like an English teacher now. Let's turn to page 27. John is shopping at the store. みたいな喋り方優しくしてるって感じですよ。No, you want to listen to real people speaking real English, like I said before, right? So once you listen to those people speaking in real English, just like real conversation, right? Your job then is to mimic. You listen and then you mimic, right? And then you listen and then you mimic. And you listen and then you mimic. I mean, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times, please, by yourself, do it by yourself. But like 100 times or something like that, that's fine with me. Just keep mimicking. And I realize that I've been talking for 26 minutes and we've got this many people watching this live. Thank you so much for watching the KY Senpai Jumon ですけれどもね. I am doing this for you because I want you to succeed. There, I showed you the secret handshake. So basically, guys, seriously, listen up. Let's have a conversation here. I want you to succeed. I want you to succeed, and I want you to speak like an American starting today, right? That's how this whole video started. Today is going to be the day, right? And I'm telling you, I know, I see you guys right here. You're watching, you're listening. I got a thumbs up, right? But basically, you got to trust me. I mean, when I say that I learned how to speak Japanese in 10 months, I learned it in 10 months, right? I stopped studying after 10 months because 喋れるようになったらね、勉強するわけないでしょ, right? So I want you guys to quit English school. I want you to stop reading books. I want you to get out there and talk to real Americans. And then that is where all the fun is. Basically, in the future, you're looking at it and you're scared. I get it. ね、だって怖いもんね。アメリカって高いもんね. I get it. I totally understand. It's scary. It really is. But you're gonna be okay. It's true. I mean, 大丈夫だよ。俺、だって、ゼロからスタートしたんだよ。18歳から日本語の勉強したんですよ。ね。で、こうやって喋れるようになって、なんかゼロから、ハーフではないし、みたいな。ね。I can speak Japanese. I'm happy. I'm good, right? I'm content. But I see so many people when I speak English, I'm, hey man, so what's up? What do you want to do today? はい、ちょっと早いですね、みたいな。What do you mean? You don't speak English? I am going to English school みたいな。そっか、あまりなんか現実のアメリカ人と話したことないんですよね。そっか。And so, that's why I started thinking, man, all these Japanese people need like a real help. So that's why I'm here. Kai Senpaiが手伝うよ. But it all starts with this little 3-step system. And then I'm only giving verbally because I'm not going to write this down. This is a live special presentation just for you guys, just because I was feeling it. So basically, first step is to listen. Second step is to mimic, right? Second step is to mimic. Second step is to mimic. And then the third step is basically rehearsal. So basically, I can think in English. I can think in English. I can think in English. I can think in English じゃなくて I can think in English. 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 And you rehearse maybe 10, 20 times. Hey, watch this. I'm going to close the door. But I want you to listen, okay? Because I can think in English, right? 聞こえるか？だって結局ね、こう超秘密ですけれども、音波ですね。言語って音波で作られてるから、 音波を聞かないと勉強して、上達しませんね。So you gotta listen to the real sounds, right? And then your job, to listen to the real sounds is to mimic those sounds, right? So when you're mimicking, you have to really sound like an American, right? So if I say to you, I'm a Japanese person. 違うか? You don't say, I am a Japanese person. ね? You don't say that. ね? 言わないでくださいね. You gotta say, I'm a Japanese person or I'm from Japan. 一番自然な言い方かな? I'm from Japan っていう言い方ですね. I'm from Japan. I am from Japan じゃなくて I'm from Japan ね。で、あれをだからミミックのところでこうちょっとなんていうこう発音が違うじゃんイントネーション違う。あれでこうなんていう勉強っていう時間ですね。でも、the third stage, rehearsal, then you just say it over and over, right? So I'm from Japan. I'm from Japan. I'm from Japan. I'm from Japan. I am from Japan. じゃなくて、I'm from Japan. I'm from Japan. Rehearsal, rehearsal, rehearsal. You got to say it over and over again. You got to say it over and over again. You got to say it over and over again. And it gets really annoying. ね。うざくなっちゃうんですよ。周りの人間に。ね。But this is your time. This is your brain. This is your focus. And you got to focus with like laser-like precision on the thing that you're thinking about at the moment. And that is not my face. It is not my beautiful face. It is not even these letters right here. This is for another video I made. You're not focusing on what you're looking at. You got to be focusing on the sound. Are you focusing on the sound? That's right. And then you focus on the sound coming out of your own mouth. Oh, you hear your own voice, and you hear your own voice, and you hear your own voice. And what do I sound like? Do I sound like an American or do I sound like a Japanese person? だから逆に考えると、今の喋り方聞いて、日本人に聞こえるか、アメリカ人に聞こえるか、どっち？そうですね。外人だからまあね、ちょっとなまっとるやん。ね、I know, I'm not perfect. But in my heart, my goal is to sound like a Japanese person as much as possible, right? And of course, if you understand me, then great, right? But of course, the problem with Japanese people a lot of times is the pronunciation is not that good, right? It's very hard to listen. It's very hard to hear things. And when you talk, you know, black tea kudasai te latte ga dete kite, what? You know, like what's going on, right? I get it. But this is all based on you got to sound like an American, right? I know. I'm giving away a lot of like super information right here because this is the truth. You don't need to go to English school. You don't. There's no reason to go to an English school anymore. There's no reason to buy another book. You know, I had 2 Japanese books. 2. Just 2. Oh, okay, I lied. I had a kanji book too. So, because I can kind of write kanji. See? Kind of. So, but for speaking Japanese, right, which was my goal is not to write Japanese. My goal is not to read Japanese. My goal is to speak Japanese. That's my goal. My goal is not even listening to Japanese a lot of times. Like the goal is, hey, I want to speak. I want to talk. This is fun, right? That's my goal. So if your goal is to speak English, right? 単語の辞書を調べると喋るって speak. Open your mouth and talk, right? If you want to speak, then you got to speak. I know this is like a big circle of life kind of thinking, but basically, yes, all you got to do is keep speaking English. And you can't, so again, the 3 stages, you'll be listening to this entire thing. You're like, cool, I kind of get it. But basically now, eventually, what you got to do is decide, what do you want to say? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to do? What do you want to explore? But what do you want to say, right? And so what you know, like, what's the subject that you want to talk about? じゃあ、英語の勉強の話しよう。Yeah, つまんないんだよね。I like to talk about photography. I like to talk about cups of coffee. I like to talk about consciousness. I don't really like talking about business, to be honest. I like talking about art. I like talking about organic food. I like talking about veganism, for example. There's a lot of things I like to talk about, have nothing to do with learning English, because at the end of the day, I speak English. Just by speaking English, I'm practicing. So, 英語の練習してますって言わなくていいんだよ. Just speak English. And that's practice. You don't even have to say, hey, practice English with me. ね、一緒に、英語の練習してくれるみたいな言わなくていいですよ。Just, hey, let's go talk. Let's go hang out. Let's go tell jokes. Let's go watch a movie. That's all you gotta say. Be normal. This whole like, 先生と生徒の関係をやめてくださいね。You're a human just like me. All we gotta do is pretend we're in the same tree. I feel like I'm rapping now. So I'm gonna stop. I like to rap every once in a while. I have a rap name. My rap name is Psychology, but that's a whole other story that I'm going to bore you with later. I mean, I like to talk, and I like to talk about normal things, but what about you? What do you like to talk about? That's all you got to do. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? What do you want to say? That's all you got to do. Every single day. What do you want to say? Oh, I want to study English. No, I want to speak English. And then you realize, oh my God, I am speaking English. I'm speaking English. I'm speaking English. I'm thinking in English. It's not like, can I speak in English? I am. Just by opening your mouth, you are speaking in English, right? Therefore, you're succeeding. Right now could possibly be the most successful moment in your life up till now. ちょっと分かってほしいね。This could be the most successful moment in your life right now. And what about tomorrow? Are you going to go back to listening to Japanese? Are you going to また検索して英語どうやって上達どうやってだって日本語で考えてるから上達しないんだよ。Do you get it? You got to start speaking in English. I mean, this was the most powerful thing I've ever said in my life. Seriously. You got to stop thinking in Japanese just for a few months, right? You're never going to forget it. Don't worry ね。だってごめんね、日本語で説明する。本当に分かってほしいからね。10ヶ月の中で喋れるようになったんやけどね。舞鶴に留学した時ね、英語使ってなかったの。全くって感じね。もう毎日日本語ばっかりね、練習してったっていうか聞いたり喋ってったりね。そう。で、英語を使ってなくても、なんだろうね。生活できるって感じですね。なんか違う次元にいるって感じやけど、これはどうやって言うんだろうね。これ日本語で言うとなんだろうねとかいろいろなんだろう amazing になる素晴らしくなるんですね。新しい世界って感じですね。本当になんか悟り開くって感じやけどね。So basically, all you gotta do is just continue to speak, and this will be the most powerful moment of your life. Right now could be the most powerful moment of your life to realize that I can do it, that I am successful, that I am speaking English, that I can do it, not just today, but I'm going to do it tomorrow, and I'm going to do it the next day. And it really comes down to your power to focus, and this is why ritual is so important. You have to have a ritual, but this ritual リチュアルっていうか学習法っていうかね、正しくないと、you're not going to make any progress, right? 正しくない、学習法をすると、もう上達しませんよ。ね、ぐるぐるするのね。だって10年かかんないって、6年かかんない、5年かかんないですよ。ね。It only takes 10 months if you focus your mind. If you focus your mind. If you focus your mind. Are you focusing your mind? And right now, in this moment, are you focusing your mind? Yes or no? Right? It's as simple as that. I'm focusing. 違うか。なんか日本語で考えちゃった。Well, nope, focus. Focus your mind. Stay in English. I'm thinking in English. I'm thinking in English. I'm thinking in English. So basically, what we've done today, this is super cool. But basically, we have progressed as far as consciousness goes. I want to draw this because this is really cool. Here, that was the old video. So every single day, we're kind of like striving for a goal, right? So here you are, and here's your goal, right? Someday I'm gonna get this goal. Someday, right? So every day you go for it, but you didn't make it. So you go back down. You go up, you go for your goal, but you didn't make it. You go for your goal, but you didn't make it. You go for your goal, you didn't make it, right? ぐるぐるするって感じですね。But then today we made it. This is the success point, right? Right here. This is the 成功ポイントですね。ちょっと分かってほしいですね。The success point is right here. We did it. We cleared it. But, また明日になって、明日どうするかって、古い学習法に戻ると、これぐらいのレベルに戻っちゃうって感じですね。はい。 But if tomorrow, with the same focus, you say, hey, いや、明日にちょっとイメトレして、そう、もう明日起きて、よし、it's a new day. Today, I'm going to speak English. Today, I'm going to speak English. And so tomorrow, as long as possible, you stay speaking in English, right? You can almost say it's like the English side and the Japanese side, right? But this 成功ラインがあるんですね。So tomorrow, all of a sudden, you're like, hey, I'm going to stay speaking in English. 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 I'm going to stay speaking, I'm speaking English all day, all day. で、寝ちゃって、you know, 友達と戻って、hey, 日本語で話してもいいですかみたいな。もちろん、だって、you're bilingual バイリンゴになったらね、どれでもいいって感じですね。どっちにしても大丈夫。だって日本語でも英語でも考えれる。ぐるぐるパー。違うか聞いとるかそう。だから、I know 逆の話ですけれどもね。だって俺もう成功してるから、君がまだ成功してないっていう気持ちがあるかもわかりませんね。So that's why we're doing what we're doing right now. I'm thinking in English. I'm speaking in English, right? I'm doing it right now. I'm speaking in English. I'm thinking in English. And this is cool. ちょっと画面がなんだろうなんかしてるけど、good って、反射か反対ごめんね。Hey, if you really want to stay focused in English, say it in English, right? So, どうやって英語で言うんですか Well, say it in English. Are you talking about this? ごめんね。I know, right? 超適当です。俺、なんか写真専門だけどね、大学。I should know more about lighting. Sorry. So anyway, but let's have this conversation, right? I am KY senpai, and I am here to help you to think more like an American, to speak more like an American, to act like an American, right? How do you act like an American? Well, just watch an American and be like, hey, hanging out like an American. What's up, bro? Do Americans do this? I don't know. Do they? Ma. So that's the goal, right? Is to stay speaking in English all day long. How do you do it? Well, I'm thinking in English. You have this mantra now. Now you have a mantra. I'm thinking in English. I'm thinking in English. I'm thinking in English. I'm focused and I'm thinking in English. I'm focused and I'm thinking in English. Man, am I really thinking in English? Because I'm super focused. I am so focused that I can say this over and over again and I'm still thinking in English. So this is a really good thing that I've got this new set point. This is our new set point ね。Because seriously ね、今まで、今、一番成功してる瞬間です。君。Listening to this, just listening, right? Because I'm giving you the real English, right? I'm not giving you the fake English like the schools do. 長い話になっちゃうんだけどね。英会話学校が儲かるから、They give you a new textbook, a new course, beginner, intermediate, advanced. 勉強が終わんないですね。なんでかというと、英会話学校は会社だからね。大学でもね、4年の勉強ってこう、it doesn't take that long. I'm telling you. Personal experience, right? You don't need a school. You don't need to be paying money ね。Like 1万、2万、10万、100万ぐらいこう使ってんの英語に関して。You don't. It doesn't cost money. It costs mental power. 今の分かってんのそう、お金かかんないですよ。集中力かかるんですよ。ね。で、集中力が高いんだよ。ね。分かるかね。ネットの時代ってね、広告こういきなり出たりね、こうチャンネルフリップしてこうね、集中力が大事ですね。なんか見てることじゃなくて、聞いてることじゃなくて、自分の考え方の集中力かかる。そう、かかるって。It takes energy, it takes time, and it takes focus. But if you learn to control that focus, then you've succeeded. And we've passed the tipping point, right? That's that point. As long as you stay speaking in English, you're succeeding. That means right now, you're succeeding. Pachi. Congratulations. And I'm proud of you. I really am. But your goal, you have to do this with your own heart and your own strength, but you got to focus in English. You got to focus your mind, because at the end of the day, I'm going to hit stop on this video and you're going to be by yourself. And when you're by yourself, what are you going to do? How am I going to speak English? Well, there's a few different things you could do. One, you could be on YouTube listening to real American content, right? And I just made a video that explains this. Hopefully you watch that, okay? Because in that video, I'm going to explain what you should do if you're studying English on YouTube. It's a good video. Check it out. I'm going to edit it maybe tomorrow because I've been talking for like 44 minutes. My God. So that's one way. But the best way really is to go to Expedia or Priceline or whatever your internet shopping habit is and buy a plane ticket and come to America. That's the best way. And then you just go to a cafe and order a cup of coffee. Hey, guess what? You're speaking English, right? That's all you got to do is just keep speaking English. And the schools basically give you this excuse to keep speaking English, but you're talking to a teacher and the teacher's talking all slow and everybody's from another country and they're all speaking their international accent, whatever. You got to talk to real Americans in real situations, right? You got to go to a real Starbucks and order a hot coffee. You got to hop on a real bus and get lost. Yeah, lost じゃないですね. You're lost, right? Little experiences like this become your textbook. That's right. 現実の教材ですね。現実の教室って感じですね。That is the only way to have a guaranteed success rate of like 100%. You know, this whole going to school, getting the textbook, are you going to succeed? I don't know. I don't recommend it. And if you want to insist, 無理やり、いや、今日、英会話学行きたいんだよみたいな。Okay, fine. Go to English school. Waste your money. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, it'd be so much more funner if you saved your money and flew to America or California or Canada or England or wherever you want to go. KY先輩、アメリカン英語のぐるぐるだから、アメリカの話するんですね。So if you really want to succeed, there are a multitude of ways, there are plenty of ways, there's lots of different ways that you can succeed. But it begins now, right now, by you focusing your mind. And again, I'm speaking in English. I'm speaking in English. You have to go back to this. Kind of like a Buddhist monk ね。なんか瞑想してるって感じですね。But だって瞑想するとだって無になりたいでしょ。悟り開くためこう無って考えがないって感じですね。あれもちょっと別の話になっちゃうんだけど、同じように日本語じゃなくてこの考え方をこう頭の中の声を英語にしてね。So, all of a sudden, I'm speaking in English. I'm focusing in English. I'm thinking in English. Go ahead, close your eyes. I swear to God, just listen to your voice inside of your head and start thinking in English. And so then you're like, well, if I was an American, what would I be thinking about? Well, if I was an American, I'd probably be in America. And just take this story inside of your head and just nurture it, feel it, and really begin to believe it. You're like, yeah, if I was an American, I would be in California. Or if I was an American, I'd be in New York, right? And this is your dream. This is your voice. So you got to learn how to control it, right? But as you control it, start to tell the story. Okay, so I'm in California and it's morning and I really want to like look at the ocean. So I'm gonna look at the ocean. ね、俺今君の真似してるんだよ。こういう英語の瞑想してね。But I'm by the beach. I'm looking at the ocean. Nice waves, nice breeze, seagulls flying overhead. I went to a coffee shop and I got some coffee. I'm sitting with a friend and we're just talking about life and it's so fun, so exciting to go on a vacation around the world, right? To experience beautiful weather and beautiful coffee. It's so exciting to have friends that I can have this conversation with, right? こういうふうに本当にね、考えてくださいね。だってこれが自分の妄想だからね。Control it. そう。Control your mind. This is the biggest lesson that I've ever taught anybody. もう生放送だしね、これから他の人間がこれを聞くかどうかわかんないけど、 the most important lesson isn't about the English or Japanese. It's about controlling your mind and pursuing your dream. So if your dream is to speak English, for example, then this is how you do it, right? But hey, my dream is to become a race car driver. Well, it's the same process. You find a race car driver that you like, you mimic his style, and then you rehearse and you go around the lap, right? You go around the course over and over again, right? You just rehearse, right? It's the same process for anything. So even if you don't want to speak English, fine. So what do you want to do? Right? You got to decide what you want to do with your life every single day. And this is like the meta lesson. This is the super lesson, right? So I'm assuming that you want to speak English. So therefore, then, well, this is how you do it, right? But you're like, いや、別にまあ、英語だってさ、仕事のためにやってるんだよね。じゃあ、諦めたらいいんじゃないね。Seriously, spend your time doing what you love. Spend your time doing what you love. Spend your time doing what you love. Like seriously, if you want to speak English, then do it. I like it too. I like being bilingual now. I like language, right? So I understand your feeling. But if you don't like English, right? If you don't like this process, if you don't like listening to real Americans, if you don't like having conversations with real Americans, if you don't like this, if you think this is hard, if you think this is tough, if you're gonna cry about it, because, if you're gonna complain about this, then don't do it. It's that easy. It really is. And then you just got to find your passion. And what's your passion? Well, I prefer to be making art. 僕はね、やっぱり写真撮りたいんだよね. And that's fine too, right? So it doesn't matter what you do. But again, I'm assuming that you really want to do this. You want to speak English like a pro. Alright. So まあもう1時間になっちゃうんですね。だからもうこれでいいんじゃないですか. Because basically we succeeded, right? We cleared a point and now you're thinking in English right now. Right? You're thinking in English just by listening to me speak in English, right? So you, with your power of focus, are going to continue to speak English after the video. This is the most important thing that I'm going to say. The whole point of the video, right, is not to watch the video. The point of the video is for you, in reality, in real time, to start focusing on your thinking, and you're thinking in English specifically because that's your goal, to speak English, right? 英語で喋りたいんです! Okay. So listen up. We're going to turn the video off and you're going to focus. And you're going to focus in English. And you're going to keep focusing in English. で、日本語で考えちゃうと、oh, I'm thinking in English. I'm thinking in English. Bring it back. 戻ってください。英語に, right? Bring it back to English. I'm thinking in English. Even if you can't say something complicated like, hey, when are we going to go to the moon? Or when Elon Musk going to send his rocket off to Mars? なんか複雑な話しなくていいですよ。ね。You got to stay focused and think about the things that you want to think about, right? So if you think about what you want to think about, what do you want to think about, right? Well, I'd like to think about cups of coffee, or I want to think about comedy shows or new movies coming out. I want to think about video games. Whatever it is, you stay focused. After this video is done, stay focused and think in English and speak in English and practice in English, right? But maybe, いや、だってなんかあんまりなんか言いたいことがないんですね、まだ. Well, this is a good chance to listen then. But again, when you listen, don't listen to lessons, right? I'm going to say it again and again and again and again. Don't listen to English lessons. Stop. You got to start listening to real content that real Americans watch, right? And I'll give it again, but like, for example, like something that I listen to is the Joe Rogan Experience. It's a podcast where two Americans have a real conversation in real time, kind of like this. So if you do want to watch something like that, I highly recommend it. Another thing that I like to watch is these law of attraction videos. They're really cool. The lady, she talks about stuff and how to achieve your dreams and stuff like that. And I listen to those all day long because that's what I like. So basically, you got to find real American content that you like. Yeah, basically, you got to take a break from Japanese. You got to take a vacation from Japanese, and you have to dedicate your mind because this is a life goal. This isn't just some hobby. This isn't just アルバイト。英語のアルバイトではないんだよ。This is your career. This is your life passion. So you need to focus with 100% of your heart and 100% of your mind. And you're gonna get scared. I remember the day before I came to Japan now. 腹にものすっごい嫌な気持ちしたの。怖くてやばいと思って、本当に日本行っちゃうんだみたいなね。こうやってね、あれを思い出すと英語で考えてたんだけどね、でもやっぱり日本語でも英語でもね、その経験が覚えてるね。腹のなんていうそういう気持ちってね、腹毛わかんないけど、そうだから、it's gonna be hard to make the switch. It's gonna be tough. It's kind of like温泉みたいな感じですね。最初痛いみたいな感じですね。熱くてね。でも少しね、足のなんていう小指をちょっとだけ入れると、いや、熱いって感じやけど、慣れた。で、じゃあ次の指をね、で、足を、で、ね、膝までとかさ、そういうふうに英語で考えるようになる道がこんな感じですね。最初痛い、最初辛い、最初暑い。でも、毎日こういう風にリハーサルすると慣れてくるんですね。だって、Oh, remember? I can think in English. You go back to it. I can think in English. So, anytime, なんていう、気持ちが落ち込んだらね、英語に関してね、I can think in English に戻ってください。どうしよう。I can think in English. I can think in English. I can focus and I can think in English. I can focus and I can think in English. I can focus and I can think in English. Worst case scenario, I can listen to another person talk in English, and therefore I am naturally, by the natural empathy that humans have, able to mimic and feel what he's feeling, right? And so you get the sensation that you're thinking in English, even though you're not, right? I know it's complicated, but all you got to do is mimic. I mean, it's so simple, but you have to be listening to real people, right? So, これで終了になると思うんだけどね。But obviously, when you listen to real English ね、早いっていう気持ちがするですね。英語の省略パターン習わないといけないです。ごめんね、英会話学に教えてもらえないアメリカン英語の省略パターンがあるんですね。あれは別の話になっちゃうんだけど、今週生放送またするから、リンクがどっかにあるんじゃない？俺のチャンネルにね。でも俺の生放送のウェビナーに参加してくださいね。アメリカン英語の省略パターンの話するからね。で、こういう省略パターン絶対英会話学に教えてもらえないからね。早いっていう気持ちがするね。So what are you gonna do tomorrow ね。全然早くないけど、でも英会話学が正しい英語しか教えないから、こういう現実的な英語聞き取れないようになっちゃったって感じですね。だからよかったらね、それを、参加してくださいね。今週生放送するから、ウェブサイトのリンクあると思う。So anyway, remember, but the most important goal right now, is to stay focused in English. I know, I was speaking in Japanese because I want to explain a lot of things to you, right? I want you guys to understand. I want you guys to feel what I'm saying. So sometimes I slip into Japanese, but now the goal, right, is to stay in English as long as possible. That's the goal. And of course, you're going to talk to your Japanese friends, your Japanese family, and you're going to slip back into Japanese. 日本人の顔を見ると、どうもって日本語が戻っちゃうって感じですね。But if you stay here on your iPhone, then you could stay with American content, right? And if you stay with the American content, then all of a sudden you're in a new zone. You're in a new paradigm. You're in a new, what do you call it? Dimension, right? That you can do this. You can stay focused. So anytime you're going back into Japanese, 日本語で考え変えろうかな. Whoa, wait. I can say it in English. I'm going to go home. Right? Right? You can do this. Just 一個ずつ考えを日本語から英語にやり直してくださいね。もう帰ろうかな。Oh, wait, I can say it in English. I can say it in English. Maybe I should go home. Maybe I should end the video right now. It's been an hour. So guys, whoever is watching, I appreciate it. I didn't really plan on doing this. It was just kind of like a inspiration, but I figured I'd do a little live broadcast, and I appreciate you guys taking the time. I really do. Like, I'm standing here in front of a whiteboard with two lights on me, just talking, right? Sometimes I wonder why I'm doing this, right? But you guys, by watching, really, I feel something in my heart. and I appreciate it a lot. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Keep tuning in to the channel if you want more lessons, because I'm going to keep trying, because I'm going to say it over and over again. You gotta start thinking in English. I mean, that's it. That's the key. I'm giving you the key. And once you have the key, 卒業しなさい。英会話教室に戻らないでください。だって喋れるようになったらね、さよならって感じだよね。I'm leaving. I'm going to the real world where I'm going to practice with real Americans in real time. That's your dream, right? So why are you going to a school, right? Anyway, if you guys have any questions, feel free to text me anytime. I'm sure there's some sort of comment section or something like that. And you know the drill. これで終了になるね. So remember, what are you going to do? You're going to stay focused. You're going to stay focused. I can speak in English. I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to stay speaking in English, and I'm going to stay focused, right? Anyway, これで終了になりますね. It was a fun lesson. I really appreciate you guys' time and attention. And most importantly, you're listening. That's right, because you got to listen. 見ても勉強にならないから, right? You got to listen. And then you mimic. Right? Mimic. And then third stage, rehearsal. You gotta practice. All right, I made it to an hour. That was fun. Super exciting. I did not plan on speaking for an hour, that's for sure. I planned on maybe speaking 20 minutes. But it was because of you guys for watching that I kept going. You elicited this. It was a great experience. It was a happy, co-creative process. And tune in to the next video. Or come to my 生放送 webinar ね。リンクあると思うんだけどね、どっかに。So anyway, take it easy guys, and I will see you later. 起立違うか。No, take it easy guys. Have a good one. Thanks again. Bye. Peace. Stop. Oops. Where's the stop button? Maybe that's it. Bye-bye guys. Okay, yes, end streaming.